Oh, that's all right. No, I just, like, I'm with Helen. What's your last name, Helen?
I don't have a surname.
You don't need.
Because I'm working in the common law, so my name's Helen Jane. But but my family is we are from the family of Turner.
Yeah, and so you're originally you've come up from Granity.
Yep.
So you're I think Granity's a very vibrant, arty, alternative community from the West Coast. Is that a fair and apt description of it?
Yes.
And you're I mean, I've just discovered, like, I've known your husband, I'm assuming your partner,
Yes.
Joe, and I discovered actually he's Mike. So is theatre your background, or is that tell us a little bit about that?
What, sorry?
Is Mike involved in theatre, or?
No.
No? So
no.
what do you guys do in Granity then?
I was working as a midwife.
Yep.
Yep. So I've been working over the year, graduated about 5 years ago, and we both moved to the West Coast then.
Right.
So yeah, we've been there for 5 years, and I've obviously recently been mandated. And my husband, he's an artist.
Yeah.
He's working for himself over there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so, because for some reason, because I saw mask and stuff on us, I thought he had a theatrical side to him.
No, just hiding from, just not really
hiding from reality.
True self online.
As you do.
Yeah.
And so, like, with being the midwife and stuff, like, I mean, like, you're obviously a person that has probably an above layman knowledge of sort of, health issues. I mean, what's your stance on this particular, in 50 words or less?
Well, I've always had a very healthy distrust for the pharmaceutical industry, and in fact, taking anything that's not plant-based or natural or herbal.
Yeah.
So it was an absolute no-brainer to me. Within my work, I've always tried to seek holistic alternatives for the women I care for as well, and for my family and everybody.
Were you involved in or aware of things like the Codex Alimentis in the 1990s at all?
No, I was probably a bit young then.
Right, because so that was pretty much a big sort of battle by corporations to take monopoly of food,
yes.
And then we've gone through the TPA. So when you look at it from that historical viewpoint, do you see a lot of the issues that we're fronting up here? So, because I'm struggling here at the point from those are battles which I stood with, which were perceived as left hippie, greeny issues, and now I'm being painted as this right. I mean, does that not? Do you guys have conversations about that issue at all?
Probably, I don't know. No comment.
No. Is there anything that you really want to say? Is there like?
I think just with my training and what's important that I've learned is all about informed choice. And so as a midwife, not being able to make an informed choice for myself. And for the women and the information I was sharing with them was really important, and that we weren't allowed to do that. It was a blanket, like there is no place for anti-vaccination talk within midwifery. And I'm sorry, but that's not informed choice or unbiased information.
It's a little bit like that old thing where doctors always used to talk a little bit down to midwives as well. And it's another kind of reinforcement of that whole patriarch kind of do as we say, not as we say.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, is this an impromptu like little crash? Are you involved in this at all? The
kids.
Is this a little
area? Yeah. Well, we've definitely been making it safer for the children around here. Just a few little adjustments we've done over the last few days.
Because that's been again that sort of part of that sort of little. You can hear little nibbles and like, oh, but what about the children? And then you kind of get here and discover that actually they've got
the
very.
Children are happy and they're free and they're enjoying themselves tremendously.
Well timed, just in time for a little while.
Timing.
Sometimes kids on camera do work. Not often, but sometimes they do.
The
bubbles.
Yeah, and they're really safe here. We've made sure that they're in the middle of the camp. They're away from the road, and we're all able to keep an eye on them here.
Because there really is actually quite a family-orientated feel to this whole situation, isn't it? And that's it. I mean, at the end of the day, what we're talking about is just everyday normal human beings from a very diverse background.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Everybody's come here from a different angle. They've all got different aspects of their life. What's brought them to this moment? Because
I'm definitely hearing it's like I hear some conversations, I go, and then other things I go, but I go, actually, it's sort of what we were talking about in the 1990s anyway. No one ever got upset if you had a slightly interesting idea, whereas now we sort of seem to be like actually becoming almost like born again conservatives, and now no, you must only believe one truth.
Yeah, I stay away from so much. I kind of
because you basically are not really that politically oriented. You're just here because this is the one issue.
I'm just I wouldn't say that as such. I just never really termed it as politics.
Yeah.
You know, I stayed away from politics. I've never voted.
Yeah.
Once when I turned 18, you know, I'm just kind of like, I'm not interested. I don't actually feel that we need a government. I'm all, you know, there's, in my ideas, you know, there's no government like no government. You know, actually, we can govern ourselves. We're all self-governing. And
which is, in a weird sort of way, what actually is happening around here.
Yeah. So we're you know, as a family, we're learning common law, and we're going with along there. So we've started to get. There's a bit of a group of us on the coast that are getting together now and actually making some progress there.
And when you start talking about the Bill of Rights today as well, I mean, are you aware of the difference between the Bill of Rights 1990 and the Bill of Rights 1688?
No.
Okay,
I'm probably aware that there are some, but you know, it's just hefty learning.
Right. Well, yeah. Because I mean, I'll just interject for the listeners that the 1990 is the one that actually supports you in. And the government doesn't actually have to listen to attention to it, whereas our Bill of Rights 1688 is when you talk about Commonwealth, it's your Magna Carta.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know, for me,
Hello.
it's just blown. You're after a blown. Yeah, there's just so much to read and learn, and at the moment we've got other priorities, which is
fantastic.
making sure the kids are happy and also self-sufficiency, you know, as well. So
fantastic.
I'm definitely interested. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Helen. You're on Deadline TV.